Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Roddy again, and I'm practicing my English again with you. And my topic for today is just, let's say, friendship and society. And I think how society has changed drastically. Um, you know, I have friends, but then they are usually busy with their lives and their jobs. So, it's not really easy for me to find a speaking partner who shares the same interests or passions with me. Here in the Philippines, it is said that there are lots of people who speak English very well, and I think that's generally true in my experience, but it's not absolutely true because the fluency of every Filipino in this country varies from one person to another. And some people are just not fluent in English, especially in rural areas and what you might call agricultural provinces. The people in this town speak English, but not so much. Not every one of them speaks English, and not every one of them understands English to a high degree, if you will. And so it's not easy for me to find a speaking partner. But then, what I do is I just talk about what I have in mind with the help of this microphone and also with the help of my camera, so that I can record myself while speaking and then upload the video much later on YouTube. So, if you are someone who loves learning and practicing and speaking English like myself, and let's say your interests are not as popular as you would like it to be, then you probably understand how I feel. So for example, I am interested in reading and writing slowly, especially reading non-fiction books and taking notes down slowly. So not many people are interested in that, especially in this place. And also I'm interested in traditional Tekken games like Tekken 3, for example, and Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, and Tekken Tag, and Tekken 5 for that matter. And so it's not easy for me to find speaking partners who share the same passions. And then, in this place, apart from the fact that not many people, share the same interests with me, I actually see no one who's interested in playing Tekken games and, reading and writing about non-fiction books. Many of them are just stuck in their phones. They play what you might call, team games, I think, or multiplayer games. And while I respect that, I'm not just a fan of multiplayer games. I've tried playing multiplayer games before, but multiplayer games is not just my thing. I just prefer the one-on-one like, interaction between two fighters, especially in 3D space. Um, and so, uh, when I'm alone, I just practice my English here on YouTube, if you will. So, that's how I deal with what you might call loneliness. But then, even if I, really sense that, you know, there are times that you really find yourself in a very lonely situation, I nevertheless have turned them into something useful and, let's say opportunities for creation. And in this case, it's content creation on YouTube. So that's how I deal with, loneliness in the modern society. So that's it. That's how I deal with loneliness. You could say that I should make friends outside, but again, I don't think that friendship exists in and by itself. I mean, there are causes for friendship. For example, if you value more or less the same things, or you are interested in more or less the same things, then it's possible to I think very likely to make friends with them, especially if you're interested in what you might call close friendships. And in my case, because I'm an introvert, my number of friends is limited. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm unfriendly. It's just that I choose my friends carefully, and then if you're someone who goes against the very value, the very if you're someone who goes against the values that I uphold, then, well, I'm sorry, I can't be friends with you. That's just the fact of the matter. So yeah, I'm actually outside of the house now because it's cold here and it's so hot in the house. Even if if there is like an electric fan, I'm now outside of the house. Anyway, that's enough rambling for today. Thank you very much for listening.